Hi, so we are back. This time we are back with a video tutorial series all about behaviour change. So our previous project was the squat project, A to G. How did you get on with that one? So we had a series of videos and blogs with loads of information about how to improve your ability to squat. That was all in terms of tests and exercises. Now what we're looking at this time is that's the what, but how do we do it? Because it's very easy to be drawn into other things going on. We're in this world that's a million miles an hour. There's information overload. And so while we have the best intention of using those tests and exercises that we've filed away on our computer or our phones, actually getting it done, that's a whole new ball game. So this video tutorial series all about behaviour change is going to take you through a step-by-step process in how you can still achieve your ass to grass squat with the techniques you've got, but actually looking at how you have to change your behaviour to do that. So if you're a coach or a trainer, then you've probably heard about SMART goals. And SMART goals aren't just within the fitness industry, they cross over several industries if you go into the internet and research them. But they're a really great way of setting goals. It gives you some tools to sort of start point, if you like, when you have a goal in mind. SMART goals, basically, SMART is an acronym, and S is for specific. And that is to make the goal really, really specific. Get down to the nitty gritty and give it clarity so you know exactly the direction you're going in. M is for measurable. So how do we know when we've achieved that goal? How are we going to measure that? So if you remember from the squat project, I gave you some benchmarks you can use. So we can use those start points so that at the end or after a certain period of time, we can re-measure to see if we're heading toward that specific goal. And then we've got the A. A is for achievable. We've got to make sure this is achievable. You know, if you've got a knee replacement that you only had a couple of months ago, the chances of you getting down to an ass to grass squat may be limited right now. So we've got to amend our goal and make sure it's achievable with all the circumstances to the individual in front of us, or when we look at ourselves to that specific goal and those benchmarks we're using. Now R means it's got to be relevant. There's no point in trying to aim for a goal just because somebody else is or somebody said it would be a good idea. You've got to make it relevant to you, your specific desires, your ambitions, your goals. So think about that and make sure it is a goal that's relevant to you. And T is the last one. T is all about time bound. If we have no end point in sight, then we don't know how to pace it, we don't know if we're getting there, and we could just go on and on and on and on. So we've got to make it a specific goal that is measurable with an achievable status that is relevant to us and has a specific timeline. The timeline's got to be relevant as well and achievable. So all of these points to the SMART goal are extremely relevant. There's a really big problem at the moment in the industry with these ambiguous, vague goals like I want to lose weight, I want to get fitter, or I want to be stronger. Whereas if we have something very specific, I want to squat ass to grass, there's a benchmark for that. There's clarity in that. It's not going to happen overnight, but if we have these techniques in place and we have our SMART goals set out, there's more chance in us achieving that. Weight loss. How much? Why? Do you care about how much you weigh, or are you more bothered about how good you look naked? Come on, let's get really honest about what the goals are. Getting stronger. Do you care how many kilos you lift? Yeah, maybe you do if you're a power lifter. If you're not, does it matter? What does getting stronger mean to you? Does it mean bigger muscles, being more toned? So really think about that. And then getting fitter is another goal people often talk about. And that might actually be more about how they feel when they're running up some stairs in the office, rather than just they want to run a marathon. So a fitness goal or being fitter is purposeful towards a task. So if the task is a marathon, then yes, getting fitter for a marathon makes the goal more specific. So hopefully that all kind of makes a bit of sense as we go into our behaviour change series. And finally, when we've got our SMART goal in place, we've got that timeline, we will know the point of success. And that is so vital when it comes to behaviour change. We as humans are very critical of ourselves. Our inner dialogue, which is another topic I'm going to be talking about later on in this series, is quite mean to ourselves, and we forget to give ourselves a pat on the back when we actually do succeed in achieving things. So with the SMART goal in place, clarity on the time, the specifics, etc., then we'll know the point of success. When you get your bum down to your heels, when you have gained confidence in the way you move, when you have changed your eating habits and you're feeling better, sleeping better, you're less stressed, you will know that point of success, and you can either give yourself a pat on the back or your client will know that you have done your job. So the best place to start when it comes to SMART goals and discussing those either with your client or considering them for yourself, maybe you discuss it with a friend or a colleague who's got a similar goal, is why. Why do you want to astrograph squat? Why do you want to get fitter? Why do you want to get stronger? So that you can really get specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound. Without going into the deep whys, you're left with this ambiguity and vagueness in terms of, I just want to be fitter or stronger. So if you get down to the nitty-gritty, more often than not, it comes from a confidence or an emotional issue. For me, the astrograph squat I knew would be contributing to me feeling like I could physically move better generally. I'm spending a lot of time sitting at my desk managing an international education company, and of course it goes against the grain when I'm preaching to people about moving well. So my thinking was, if I have this specific goal of achieving an astrograph squat, working towards that, surely it's going to contribute to better movement, feeling better, and not losing confidence about what I'm talking about when I'm going on my courses, preaching healthy movement. So find out why you want to do that thing. Why does your client want to achieve that goal? Why do they want to lose weight? Why do they want to get stronger, fitter? It might even be things like wanting to change their dietary habits. Maybe they don't sleep enough, maybe they're stressed. And so again, the question why can help you really get down to the nitty-gritty. This questioning process can often bring up things that you or they hadn't even considered might be inhibiting you. So you become more aware of what you're doing negatively and positively to get you towards that goal. What is contributing to success or failure? So remember that question why, and keep asking it. You know, like that annoying little toddler who just says, but why, but why? Keep asking why so that you can find out why. Like that toddler who just wants to know why to everything. That's how you achieve your SMART goal.